Do you want to get rich one day? So hi, I'm Tom Crosshill, and I'd like to share this one principle which has really helped me build my wealth over the past few years. I don't know about you, but I always kind of assumed that I was going to get rich one day. I mean, I studied hard in school, I got a good job, I was actually making six figures in my 20s. So I thought, well, I'm doing everything right. Like, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna have passive income and wealth and all these good things, right? But then, time kept passing and 10 years passed and I was starting a family, so I decided to sit down and look at my finances. And I kind of realized I'm not rich, I'm not even close to rich. I think it happens to a lot of us, right? We do the right thing, we go to a good school, we study hard, we make good money at our jobs, and we kind of assume that that's enough, that that's gonna make us wealthy. But it doesn't really work, does it? So for me, this was a big wake-up call. I realized that if I was just gonna keep going without changing anything, I was not gonna get anywhere in terms of building my wealth. So that day, I made a specific decision that I was gonna focus on building my wealth, that I was gonna make a plan, and I was gonna act on it. And you know what? I mean, that's kind of obvious. It's a simple thing to do, right? To make a decision, make a plan, and act on it. But it made a huge difference. I mean, just these past few years, I've built up a lot more capital than in the previous decade combined. So the plan consists of three parts. Number one, raise your income. So the most important thing that I think everybody should be focusing on is not saving more money. Like saving money, finding bargains and discounts and all that stuff, it can only take you so far. The most important thing you need to focus on if you want to build wealth is increasing your income. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you have an average income, there's like zero chance you're gonna build real wealth over your lifetime. Of course, you might save $1 million over 40 years if you save like a big part of your salary and invest it in index funds and all that. But I mean, getting $1 million over 40 years, it's not very exciting, right? So if you want to build wealth faster, you got to increase your income. You can do it by moving up the career ladder. You can do it by switching fields to somewhere where they pay better. For example, you might want to switch to sales or to finance. I know a dancer who became a software developer because that pays a lot more. Or you can increase your income by starting your own company. Now, of course, this is the riskiest approach, but it also has the largest potential to really boost your income. Okay, so that's our first priority. You have to figure out a way to boost your income, to start making more money. But then we get to the next part. Just making more money isn't gonna make you wealthy, right? I mean, again, I was making six figures in my 20s. If I'd been a bit smarter, I could have built up huge capital back then, but I didn't do it. That's because I didn't follow the second principle, which is, of course, don't spend everything that you make. It's obvious, right? But so many of us fail to actually do it. The thing is, unless you're Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, it's super easy to spend all your income no matter what your income is. So if you just let yourself go as your income increases, like you're just gonna buy a Tesla and rent a bigger apartment and do all these other things and go to fancy restaurants, and you're not gonna build up any capital. And in fact, you'll be in a worse position than before because now you'll be used to your new standard of living. So you will need to run faster and work harder just to maintain the standard of living that feels comfortable to you. So it's a real trap. But the good news is saving money doesn't have to be painful. If you are increasing your income, then all you have to do is keep your spending constant in order to start saving a lot of money. You probably already know how to live on your existing level of income, right? So all you really need to do is not increase your spending as your income increases. Now, of course, if you manage to double your income, it's okay to raise your expenses by 20% or 50% or whatever. But the point is, as your income increases, you want to save more and more so that you're actually building real capital. So that's what I did. When I really started focusing on building my wealth, I boosted my income, but I didn't increase my spending. And that meant I could save up more. I saved up some capital. Then I started a business, which again increased my income, and I could save even more. It's this kind of virtuous cycle. Once you start saving, then you have capital, which lets you do new things, which lets you increase your income and again save more, which again opens up more opportunities. So it's really important as you start to boost your income to save part of it, not to increase your expenses together with it. So that's principle number 2. Don't spend everything you make. And principle number 3 is, of course, invest your money. I mean, this is a real no-brainer, but it's stunning to me that so many people spend years working hard and saving money, and then they don't invest it. I mean, it's such a waste. Inflation eats your money up like constantly. Inflation doesn't sleep, it doesn't need rest, it just eats and eats and eats. I mean, we don't care when the price of bread goes up a little bit, right? Today it's €1, in a year it's €1.05 or something like that. You don't care about it, but what's actually happening is that a big part of your money has just flown out the window. Your money is losing value, and within 10 years or 15 years, you might lose half the value of your money. By making reasonable investments, you can not only protect your money from inflation, but you can also grow it over time so that you maybe save $10,000 or euros, but what you actually end up spending is 20 or 30 or 50,000 down the line. And that's it. That's the plan. It's really that simple. Boost your income, don't spend everything that you make, and invest it. You might even say, duh, Tom, I knew all this, like it's obvious. Well, of course it's obvious. I mean, I knew this stuff, right? In my 20s when I was making six figures, I knew this stuff. I wasn't dumb, but I wasn't doing it. So it's really important to take the time to make the decision. I'm gonna build wealth. I'm gonna boost my income, but I'm not gonna let my expenses rise with my income, and then I'm gonna invest what I save. And that way you can build up significant wealth over just a few years. I mean, in the modern economy, it doesn't have to take you 40 years to save up $1 million or euros. It can happen much, much, much faster if you're aggressively increasing your income, if you're not spending it all, and if you're multiplying your savings through investing. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because every week on this channel, we bring you insights into personal finance and investing and passive income and building your wealth. So hit that subscribe button not to miss out, and I'll see you in the next video.